Welcome back. Today's career video, Doug Weight. Doug Weight, who was a 1990 draft pick. That draft was stacked. Drafted 34th overall by the New York Rangers. He didn't last very long as a New York Ranger, but I remember him having a pretty nice looking rookie card as a New York Ranger. 53 games played his first year in 91-92. 8 goals, 22 assists, 30 points. And that was after making his debut in the 1991 playoffs with a single game played for the Rangers. In the playoffs in 92, he plays 7 games, 2 goals, and 2 assists. So the New York Rangers, not known as a team that has a lot of patience or a lot of young kids coming in, they're kind of veteran-laden. Weight seen as kind of being an exception. However, Weight and Tony Amonte as well. Good young guys coming in. The Rangers would jettison both before they won a Stanley Cup. 92-93, they did jettison Doug Weight. 65 games, 15 goals, 25 assists, 40 points. He was having a very good rookie year, but on March 17th, he was traded to the Edmonton Oilers in exchange for Esa Tikkanen. So as the New York Rangers were trying to add as many former Oilers as possible to play with Mark Messier's team, Weight ends up being a victim of what they were doing here. Weight, after the trade, plays 13 games for the Oilers, 2 goals and 6 assists for 8 points. 93-94, his first full season in Edmonton, playing very, very well. And it's obvious right away that the Oilers win that trade, even though the Rangers do win the Cup in 94, right? So 84 games played in 1994, or 93-94, 24 goals, 50 assists, 74 points. Doug Weight was never a big goals guy, but always big for getting assists and helpers when needed. And he was a leadership role player as well as his career went along. 94-95, lockout shortened season, plays all 48 games, 7 goals, 33 assists for 40 points. 95-96, he plays all 82 games, 25 goals, 79 assists, which was 5th overall in the NHL, 104 points, and his first appearance in an All-Star game. Now, what's interesting with that as well is that the 104 points, that's a career high. So it does set the bar a little bit high for Doug Weight. 96-97, 80 games played, 21 goals, 61 assists, 82 points. And for the first time in his time in Edmonton, he gets to play in the playoffs. 12 games played, 3 goals, 8 assists, 11 points. The Oilers always underdogs at this stage if they make the playoffs. 97-98, 79 games played, 26 goals, 44 assists for 70 points. That 26 goals, that's a career high, I do believe, as well. So again, not a big goal producer, but definitely a big point producer. 12 games played in the playoffs, 2 goals, 7 assists, 9 points, and he did appear in his second All-Star game that season. So he's an All-Star on a team that really needs that, right? So 43 games played the following season. He misses a lot of games. Only 6 goals, but 31 assists, so he has 37 points altogether. He does play in 4 playoff games. He has a goal and an assist. And at this point, it would be understandable if Doug Weight was getting frustrated and wanted more. Wanted maybe a chance at a Stanley Cup, but 99-2000, right around where he becomes the Edmonton Oilers captain, plays 77 games, gets back to the 20-goal mark with 21, 51 assists, which was 8th in the NHL that year, 72 points. In the playoffs, 5 games played, 3 goals, 2 assists for 5 points. So 2000-2001, his final season in Edmonton, 82 games, 25 goals, 65 assists, which was 4th. That's the highest he ever got on the assists chart in the NHL. 90 points, which was 8th. It's the only time he's in the top 10 for NHL scoring. In the playoffs, 6 games, 1 goal, 5 assists for 6 points. He did finish 6th that year in Hart voting. Plays in the All-Star game. And then, because the Oilers were having financial problems, Doug Weight is a casualty of that. He was traded with Michael Reason in exchange for Jan Horacek, Jochen Hecht, and Marty Reasoner. So the Oilers had to get cheaper, and they did. So he goes to St. Louis, where a lot of highly paid players have played over the years. And in 01-02, his first year in St. Louis, he only plays 61 games, but he records 15 goals, 34 assists, 49 points. So his production stays pretty good. 10 games played in the playoffs, 1 goal, 1 assist. And he might have felt like, at least in St. Louis, maybe he's got a shot at a cup, right? So 2002-2003, 70 games, 15 goals, 52 assists, which is 10th in the NHL, 67 points in the playoffs, 7 games played, 5 goals, 8 assists, 13 points. He was in the All-Star game that year as well. 2003-2004, 75 games played, 14 goals, 51 assists, which is 7th in the NHL. 65 points. So that's 6 times he's in the top 10 in the NHL in assists. 5 games played in the playoffs, 2 goals, 1 assist. So 2005-2006 rolls around. This is, of course, after the lockout wiped out 04-05 season. He plays 47 games with St. Louis, 11 goals, 33 assists, 44 points. And then on January 30th, he is traded. He is traded to the Carolina Hurricanes after waiving his no-trade clause that he had with St. Louis, along with Erkki Rahamäki for a 2006 first, a fourth, a 2007 fourth-round pick, Jesse Bolaris, there's a name from the past for you, and Mike Zigomanis. So a lot of assets going back to St. Louis on what was a rental. But for Carolina, they want a Stanley Cup. And for Doug Weight, he wants a Stanley Cup, right? So he plays 23 games in Carolina, 4 goals, 9 assists, 13 points. In the playoffs, he plays 23 games, 3 goals, 13 assists for 16 points, and he wins himself that elusive Stanley Cup in Carolina. So Doug Weight's not in Carolina for a long period of time, but he has the most success in the postseason he would have in his career. And he was injured during the Stanley Cup Finals, so even this is kind of bittersweet. He was sandwiched by Chris Pronger and Raffi Torres, 2 of the most popular players in NHL history. And so, yeah, he was knocked out of the final 2 games of that Stanley Cup Final. So Carolina wins, but for Doug Weight, it had to be kind of bittersweet that he wasn't on the ice for Game 7 when they won it. I'm sure he's pretty fine with that, though. And then he signed as a free agent back in St. Louis. And it's 2006 and then it's 2007 as well, where players are traded and then they re-sign with the other team, that the NHL says, we don't like this. What the NHL doesn't like is the idea that they've become hired guns. It's not just a rental, because it's we're going to get this player back, we'll give him to that team, we'll get assets, and then we'll just bring him back in July. The NHL is not a big fan of this. And although there's very little that they can actually do about it. So 2006-2007, back with St. Louis after signing as a free agent in all 82 games that he played. 16 goals, 43 assists, 59 points. 2007-2008, plays 29 games with St. Louis, 4 goals and 7 assists. So this is where the offense has dropped. And he also, December 14th, of that year, he is traded with a 2008 7th-round pick and Michael Berner for Andy Mcdonnell. Andy Mcdonnell going to St. Louis, one of my favorite players. Don't think I've done a career video on him. I should. In Anaheim, plays 38 games after the trade, 6 goals and 8 assists. He adds 1 assist in 5 playoff games for Anaheim that year. So, again, the offense has dropped off. 25 points in total in 67 games. So he signs July 2nd as a free agent with the Islanders in that offseason. And as an Islander in 08-09, plays 53 games, 10 goals, 28 assists, 38 points. So he's missing a lot of games here. The last 2 years of his career, a back injury really takes it out of him. And it starts out as being reported as back spasms. Back spasms are this vague thing. And I've had them, and they can be... They're not fun. Back spasms are not fun. I'm glad I don't still have those. Knock on wood or step on wood or however you want to look at it, because those can be debilitating. He was also named captain at this period by the New York Islanders. So that season he only plays 36 games, 1 goal with 16 assists, 17 points. And again, he's in a lot of pain. His back's really bothering him. 2010-2011, he plays 18 games. At the start of the season, from mid-November on, he doesn't play the rest of the year. 2 goals and 7 assists, 9 points. His last game was against Tampa Bay Lightning. He ends up winning the King Clancy Trophy, a leadership trophy. And then May 26th of 2011, he actually retired. So during the playoffs, well, we still don't have a Stanley Cup winner awarded. He retired. And he cited his ongoing back problems. He had major back problems. So what started out as back spasms, when he started seeing doctors and specialists, they went, no, this is a lot worse than this, and you're taking a risk with your health if you continue your career. So he made the right decision. He stepped away from the game. Of course, he would be coach of the New York Islanders in 2017-2018. Didn't last that long as coach, but he did have his chance as an NHL coach. 2013, he was named to the U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame. 1996, he actually had a gold. He won gold at the World Cup of Hockey with the U.S. And in 2002, again, playing for the U.S. Olympic team, he wins the silver medal. So he won some hardware along the way, a Stanley Cup, a gold medal at the World Cup, and he gets into the Hall of Fame. So there you go. The career of Doug Weight, one of these players who ends up retiring with 1,238 games played, which is 99th on the all-time list, so you got to think he'll be falling out of that list soon. 278 goals, 755 assists, which is 43rd on the all-time list. 1,033 points, which is 78th. In the playoffs, he adds 97 games, 23 goals, 49 assists for 72 points. So again, one of these players who has a very good, solid career all the way through ends up not being in the Hockey Hall of Fame. And again, the arguments can be made for, the arguments can be made against, but pretty good career overall. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.